it's just a Pokemon quiz, but trying to guess all the Pokemon in this generation. That's not going to be the name of the series, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to guess every Pokemon in Generation 3. Now I've done Generation 1 and 2. Valiant Effort at 1, a bit of a less valiant effort at 2, but 2 I don't remember as well. They always add as many Pokemon, so I feel like they don't recur as much in games. But this should be the generation that I'm good at, because this is the generation that I played to death, and I still, when I get the opportunity, play it a lot. And that's Generation 3, so that's Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Omega Sapphire, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. So I won't hang on for too long, we'll get straight into it. Obviously, same as format, legendaries we'll start with first, because they're the easiest. Then I'll fill in the gaps in the middle. So, more legendaries in this game. We have Groudon, Rayquaza, and Kyogre. We have the 2 mythicals in this game of Jirachi and Deoxys, I believe is a mythical. Deoxys. And then we've got the trio of Pokemon, which is the Reggie trio, which is Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel, and Reggie Rock. Reggie Rock memes are some of my favourite memes. I'm not going to go hilarious, but they're very good. And then we also got the flying duo. We got Latios, and Latias, and that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that 10 legendaries? Yeah, gives us 10 legendaries in this game, up from 6. So this is when they really start to ramp up how many legendaries are in a game. While we're here, we might as well do the pseudo-legendaries, which I believe is Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. And while I'm here, then I don't think that they're not pseudos, but I think people get confused and they are. We'll give the Salamence, Shelgon, and Salamence. Salamence, isn't it? Yeah, and Salamence. From there, we'll go back to the starters, and this is my favourite Pokemon of all time, is Trico. My first real starter I have comprehension of using. Any opportunity, I don't get to use it very often because there's not many games. Any opportunity I get to catch it and use it, I will, because as I said, I love it. I love Sceptile, I love Grovyle, I love the whole line. I love Mega Sceptile, I love the big Christmas tree tail. So we go that way. I did use Torchic on one of my I've used all of them basically. I played a playthrough of every one of them, but Trico's just one that sticks with me. So I really like grass types. I said that in the last video. So any opportunity I'll get a good grass type starter, I'll pick it and use it. And Trico was the first Pokemon that ignited that in me. Then we've got Blaze again, and then finally we've got the water type starter, which is the Mudkip bit in this generation. Marshtomp, which is probably got the creepiest eyes of any Pokemon I have ever seen. And, well, not any Pokemon, but, and Swampert. So, I'm going to do what I do usually. It hasn't worked out for me very well in a lot of them, but we'll work our way through the game and pick up Pokemon from there. So, we go up one route above us, we go up, and that's when we pick up the, two general sort of starters, the two-stage ratty sort of Pokemon, and the 3-stage, no, it's not a 3-stage bird actually, this one is different, I'm wrong. This is where you get Poochyena and Mightyena. If I could spell, I'd be dangerous. Mightyena, then you get your Zigzagoon and Linoon. And obviously very recently got in Pokemon Sword anyway, got a 3rd stage evolution. And then I think in this stage you also get Wurmple. Yeah, you get your Wurmple line, so your Silcoon, Cascoon, Dustox, and a Beautifly. There we go, so you got that line. And then I believe in the water, in the next 2 areas, you can get a Lotad best it's gone for me order-wise so far, because it's just going along the line. Lombre and Ludicolo. And I generally think I don't get to use it again very often, and the Ludicolo's design is one of my favourite, especially from when you're playing like Colosseum as well, and he's with the music, the Mirror Beam music is incredible. So that moves us on to the next route, which I believe is going to be like C. Shroomish. So we go C. Shroomish. C. Evolves into Nuzleaf, and that evolves into Shift Tree. There we go. On this route as well, I know you get a route, because that's what Wally picks up. So that also gives us Corellia and Gardevoir. Shroomish, you get Breloom as well. And this is where my mind goes a little bit. I know I might have to jump off this route and onto the next one, because I know we get a Wingull and a Pelipper. Oh wait, no, we're still in order. There we go, and a Pelipper. And then I also forget from here onwards what I'm missing. So we're going to just start making our way up. I cannot remember what's in Viridian's Forest and Incada. I can. Incada. Which is also, what was it? Ninjask. And has the opposite split like Evolution Isle of Shedinja. So that leaves us two gaps there, two-stage evolutions. I think you can get a slack off in one of these routes. Yeah, that makes sense, and that's Vigoroth is one I can never spell, and I should be able to spell. Ah, there we go. Slacking. There we go. We're not doing too badly. 6 minutes in, we're nearly halfway. So we go up into the city. You can get I think there's Skitty available on the route below, and that also means Delcatty. But go up, you've got Nosepass in the gym, from what I remember, because that's the ace of the gym leader. This is where it starts to get a little bit ropey from memory of routes. My knowledge of the next route is generally pretty bad. I think you can get normal, you get Whismur, Loudred, and Exploud here. Is there anything else on this route that you get that is useful? I'm not sure. Looks like either another individual Pokemon or another 3-stage Pokemon. But I think I'm going to jump away from this route, because I think a lot of the stuff in the caves are like Zubats and stuff. So I'm going to go get on the boat back to Mr. Briny and drop down to Dewford Town. And I know in that cave you can get an Aron, a Larion, or is it a Lairon? It's a Lairon, and an Aggron. And I believe, obviously, you face a Makuhita, which also evolves into a Hariyama. I did say in the last video, Corphish. There we go, and Crawdaunt. And from there, what else can we get in these routes? See, this is where it starts to sort of dart around my head a little bit now, because these are probably Pokemon I should know, but my head's just not awake to them. So I might have to come back and do the other few Pokemon that I have missed, like the 2-stage stuff, but they might hit me later on. So if we go to Slateport next, and obviously I know that there's the competition there, but I don't think you encounter too many Pokemon in Slateport. But you can get an Electrike as you go further up. could, as I said, if I could spell these, it would be great. Electric. I thought I did spell that, did I not? And Manetric. And also on this route, I think this is where you start getting like the double battle Pokemon, so you get Plusle, Minun, and the two bees, the fireflies, Illumise, it's a Volt and the Volbeat. So we're not doing too badly at the moment. Gulpin and Swallow, I think, are on this route. Yeah. And also Roselia, if they're not on this route, they're on the next route, so I might as well find them. Roselia. So I'm missing a few single stage evolution Pokemon currently. I might have to come back to them then, and another 2-stage that we seem to have skipped over from the island of Dewford. So, where are we? We're in Thingy Town, Moorville City. You can go left, and that's where you get all like the Roselias, your Volbeats, those sort of Pokemon. You get given a Wynaut in the hot springs. That's not in the next town, but we get given a Wynaut, which is one of the babies. I don't think any more babies are added in this game. I might be very deceptively wrong. There is, actually, Baby Marill, Azurill. There you go. That's one of the bits missing, and that's weird. Another water type that's per me is Surskit. Surskit. And Masquerade. Is it Masquerade? Masquerain. I know what Pokemon I meant. It's just getting that 2 here. There's a 2, one that I definitely should be getting that I have not got. So, what is we face our rival, and they face us with a Wailmer, and that gives us Wailord, obviously. And then we go up to I'm going to go up to the desert area, because that's like Cacnea, Baltoy, Claydol, Trapinch, Flygon, that line, Vibrava, and the Flygon, Cacnea, and Cacturn. And then I think in that desert you can also get the fossils, which is it Anorith? Yep, and Armaldo. And then also Cradlily, is it? Is it Cradlily? It was Cradilly, or is it Cradlily? Cradilly. And oh no, Lileep. There we go. I was going to forget that one. So then once we're in the desert, you go up. Numel and Camerupt are definitely in the list somewhere. And then you go Numel, Camerupt, Torkoal, because that's one of the gym leaders' aces. Flannery's ace, or one of the Pokemon is a Torkoal. I'm not sure if it's a race, but it's definitely one of them. One of the Pokemons he uses. And then, where do we go from Flannery? You're supposed to go down. You go past like your Spoinks and Grumpigs. And then I know we've got the route with all the tall grass, and that's like a Tropius, casts form because you go to that little area. You got the Keck Leon. What else have we got? You go to up that way. You get to Fortree City. You got Zangoose and Survivor. Because they're like counterparts. I can't remember how, but there's something in the Pokedex put them as like counterparts to each other. And then what else do we have going in here? In that long grass, it's a memory. It was in that long grass that kept annoying me back in the day, and that's very hard. A lot of Kecleons, a lot of Tropiuses, I think a lot of Gulpins. Fortree City, you go there and she's got flying type, so you'll get a Swablu and a Altaria. And what else do you get from... Oh, sorry, that was a horrible noise. And then from there, we'll get... So we're missing a few one-stage evolution Pokemon, which is always the ones that worry me, because they're going to be the ones that I forget. So, we head through there. I think on our way through, that's where the Kecleons are, and the Breloons and the Shroomises. You'll go through all the rain down the bottom, and then you go past the mountains, where all the ghosts are. So if we go for the ghost types, which is Duskull, Dusclops, Banette, Sableye, Mawile. There we go, that's a few filled in. Mawile. What else have you got in there? Ghost-wise that I'm missing. Shuppet. Anything that gets a mega, basically. I've got to remember. I just had another one, Chimecho. That's not a ghost, but it's on the mountain. And then we should probably start thinking about all the water type, because we're nearly in Moss Deep City. And that's going to be like... So we've got Spheal, Walrein, and Celio. And then we're going to have... I've got Wailord, Wailmer, Radacamph, Clampo, Love Disc. Then you've got those two funny looking, looks like a Love Disc but longer, Gorbis. Grobis. No. Gorb. See, I'm always close, I'm always like a letter off, but at least I'm pronouncing it right. Gorbis and Huntail. And then, what else do we get from there? Oh, Milotic and Feebas. Feebas. Right, that's good, we're getting there, we're getting somewhere. And then I'm just trying to think of any more standouts that I have missed that are like big boys, big boy players. We're going to have to go backwards soon, I think. Is there any ice pickles? So we've missed Snorunt. And Glalie. So what, we were 12 short currently. We've got the two, what, Lunatone and Solrock. And then when you get up to that city area, you've got, I think you've only got Spinders up there, have you? So we're missing an early doors double evolution. You're missing another double evolution probably. We're just missing quite a few double evolutions of Pokemon. But it's just sort of trying to get the right ones. And it's going through like all the areas in the game in my head now that I remember. Oh, what's the Barboach? poach on Whiscash. Whiscash. It's Whiscash, isn't it? Oh, I thought it was... Yeah, I knew it was a funny spelling. Whiscash. And that actually reminds me, because then you've got the Aquagrunt's Pokemon. Their main Pokemon is Carvana and... Oh, it's not as I always think it's. I always try and overspell. And Sharpedo. So what's that leave us with? That leaves us with 5 for Pokemon. And these are gonna really do my head in because I feel like they're so obvious. But I've got so many already. See, the one that always seems to get me, I think, is the top middle where Pelipper is. Oh, I know what it is. It's the birds. It's Tailo and Swellow. Right, there we go. We're 3 off. We're 3 off getting it done. And I am, even though I'm good at this generation, I don't think I've ever got it fully done. So I'm really going to have to think. I don't want to stop until these are done. Do we get any extra evolutions in this game? I don't think we really do. I don't think we get any added evolutions for anyone that I haven't already got, if there is one that I missed. But we've got our Roselias. So we've got Pokemon between Slateport and Dewford that I have missed out. Possibly. I'm trying to think of what other I'd have to go through all the gym leaders and see what they use, but I'm not 100% sure what all the gym leaders use. I know what they use up to like Gym 4. When I get to Fortress City, I'm a little bit less confident of what she uses. And then I know the twins only use Lunatones and Soul Rocks in pretty much every game. And apart from that, I can't remember what anyone else. I know Wallace uses a Walrein and a Glalie and a Snorunt, I think. And then it's when you get to the Elite Four, it gets a little bit harder to remember. Especially like Steven, he just uses like Steel Pokemon, he uses his Metang, he uses his... I think in the new one he has a Mawile because of the Fairy type in. But I think I'm going to just keep it. I don't want to turn the shadows on for this. But it's just, yeah, it's like trying to talk yourself through the game and just remember what's missing from where you are. And realistically, most of the Pokedex comes in the rough order you meet them in the game. But it's not always like the fact. So it's quite hard to figure it out sometimes. So I'm looking for ideally a double evolution that I haven't got yet. I know the double evolution. Tight. Medicham. And then all I need is a single evolution Pokemon. And I think I've got all the ghosts, so I don't think it's one of the ghosts anymore. Because the ghosts are the ones I usually miss out. Chimecho is one I usually miss out. We've got Dusclops, Bannet, Shuppet, Sableye, Mawile. And I'm trying to think of the single stage Pokemon may have got a Mega Evolution because a lot of them did in Generation 6. I think in Generation 6 they count as 6.5, whatever you want to call them. So realistically, it's just one. It's not. I know it's not like Porygon Z, but it might be something like Porygon Z, where it's just like a single typing, like a single evolution line. It's just appeared in this game. But I don't know many lines in this game, if any, that like divulge out from old games. These all like they're all new Pokemon. I think looking at these, apart from like I think the odd baby Pokemon in here. I know it's not a Budgie. I know all those come later. They come in the next gen. So this is just going to really annoy me because I've got 5% left on my camera, and I want to get it before the camera dies. I could just plug the camera in, to be fair. So I might do that quickly just to see us through. Oh, fuck off, you silly cunt. Right, we're back and we're charging. Right, sorry, we're back and we're charging. I just had to make sure that was charging before the camera died, because I don't think I'm going to be that long getting this, but I really want to get this. So let's work through what Pokemon people use and what I've missed out. But this is probably the worst place I could be in, because there is no real clues to what this could be. It doesn't help me. If it was more of like an evolution line, once you get one, you get the rest. But this is just a complete outlier of a Pokemon that I have to try and remember, that I necessarily might not remember. So let's talk our way through the game. We'll go through from when we get to that rough area. So I've got Kecleon, I've got Spinder, I've got the one-off type Pokemon, I've got the cast forms. What else is there? A single stage? You've got like your Volbeat, your Roselias, who don't evolve in this game. So this is roughly sometime around not starting the game, but getting across the water from Morville after the 4th badge, and sometime just before around Moss Deep City. So there's a big chunk of like Pokemon available in there that I probably should remember. And as it's a single stage, I've got it, and I know it because as a Mega, it's a single stage Pokemon. And finally, after 3 episodes, we've completed one without any help from the game, apart from spell check, which I would argue isn't really help. It's just that I know the Pokemon, I just can't spell. But yeah, there we go. Only took me 26 minutes, according to this, which is a good effort. 135 Pokemon in 26 minutes. I didn't even get. It took me 40 to get 151 with help, so I'll take it. And realistically, I should have known that one earlier, because when I started doing this in my head, I was thinking Absol, I'll put it down, but I wanted to go through in order and I forgot it on the way. But yeah, there we go, that's one that's completed. So we'll be back with Generation 4 in the next episode of this series. But as always, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you relaxed. Sleep well. And I'll catch you next time.